you're just joining us a little late, hi, welcome to the show. We've got Kim, we got Mark from High Rollers, and Mellie Doucette from Mount Olympus, aka our community queen. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking about Candlekeep Mysteries, and I wanted to just spend a little bit of time. Everyone's gotten a chance to, crack open the book, explore a little bit, and just to explore the space. And I wanted to give everybody a chance to just love up a little bit on their favorite so far. What caught their eye, why they dig it, that kind of thing. Kim, I'd love to hear about your favorite and why it's probably The Price of Beauty. And
my favorite is The Price of Beauty, and I am saying this of all my free volition, and I definitely haven't been told that if I don't say The Price of Beauty, there might be some natural 20 crits going my way on High Rollers this Sunday.
We're gonna get you
Read
out of
The
this
Price
situation.
of Beauty.
Just in case anybody's wondering, that's not going to happen. I don't want people thinking that I'm bullying my players.
If people don't know, Mark's my DM, okay? And we're at a crucial point in our High Roller show, so I really need all the luck and favor I can go with right now. No, but on a serious note, I actually quite like Daniel Kwan's adventure, the Book of Inner Alchemy. And there are personal reasons for me. I'm mixed-race Malaysian British. And Daniel Kwan obviously has addressed a very important point in that there is a serious lack of correct representation of East and Southeast Asian people in Dungeons and Dragons. And so it was amazing to see his adventure. And as well, it was a love letter from him, right, to the martial art form Pak Mei, and in particular, one of my favorite kind of schlocky martial arts movies, Executioners from Shaolin. And the main character in his adventure is kind of, I guess you would recognize him as the classic sort of Shaolin master with the long beard. Yeah, Mark's got it, like, with the long beard you flick over your shoulder. And so I really, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I guess if you've seen Kill Bill, oh God, the main character's name has completely gone out of my brain. But Uma Thurman's character, like her trainer, her mentor, is very much based on Pak Mei fighting and martial arts, and that kind of Shaolin master. So I think, that's kind of one for me, a personal favorite, because it's amazing to see that representation. It's amazing to see that authenticity, and it's amazing to see a love letter to one of my favorite martial arts movies. Old classic martial arts movies, and Daniel as well kind of tries to sort of address the monk class and the concept of monks in D&D, and kind of reflavor the idea of key points and using chi as an energy. So yeah, I really like that, and I encourage you to look at it.
I love that. I think the pushback I try to give to folks is that diversity in writing these books is only going to help. It's going to give you fresh perspective. And like, I don't need the perspective of like the upteenth white guy that loves martial art movies as a kid. Like I have that perspective already.
Exactly.
Like I stole a copy of 5 Deadly Venoms from Roadrunner Video as a kid, and like I have that perspective already. And so getting these like fresh takes will only help your game and your stories and your worlds. And I've been super excited about. I've been kind of slowly going through that one, so that's been really
and it's
cool.
One of the benefits of an anthology style approach is that you can have this really diverse group of people writing things that they're really excited about, which gives you like really amazing adventures. Like going through these has been amazing because all of them are bringing something different to the table, something new to the table, and something that is like authentically them, like what they would do if they could run anything. And I love it.
Yeah, and Daniel's talked a lot about, Daniel, if you've not seen any of their stuff and the Asian Represent podcast, they talk a lot about like the old Oriental adventures and like the Karatur campaign setting, and they talk about the problems in it, and that's okay. It's okay to recognize that these older editions weren't perfect, that they were written by, let's be honest, a lot of old white dudes who didn't know what they were talking about. And so it's really good to bring Daniel in, and so he can actually kind of be like, hey, I can put my perspective to this, and I've criticized it. Now I'm going to actually put, the money where my mouth is, and I'm going to write it. And, I think it's great that he had the opportunity to do that. It's one of my favorites as well. I love those kind of old kung fu movies as well. So it's really fun to see.
Yeah.
Sure. And
we've been nice enough to Daniel. Oh, sorry, Kim. You can be a little nicer to Daniel.
Can we just be a little bit nicer, and then we can move on?
That's fine.
But I just encourage everyone to go follow him on Twitter and follow Asians Represent, and especially because he's done a few interviews talking about why he wrote this and his thought process going into it. And I think they're just really valuable insights. So do go and check that out and read up on him. It's
him,
really, good to listen to.
Jeremy, who's also on the podcast, who's been doing a lot of writing for D&D Beyond lately and has been on the show a couple times. Just all really great minds for this.
Cool people.
Yeah, very, very cool people. Super glad to have them as, a part of the extended family whenever we absolutely possibly can. Hey, Mellie.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
We talked about it briefly earlier, but Shemshine's bedtime rhyme is just everything for me. I love hags to bits and pieces, and probably more likely one I'll run is The Price of Beauty, but the one I want to play the most is Shemshine's bedtime rhyme. And every time I look at it and I just see this rhyme that's been written out that's super creepy, and I can just hear in my head the chinking of a music box, and then there's this art of we got it up there, of this pop-up book, and it just gives me my favorite horror movie I think is The Babadook, and this just screams The Babadook to me. And I'm so in love with everything that it's doing, and as Kim mentioned earlier, the monster in this is brilliant and is so interesting, and is a really cool way to experience this story.
And just the theme of the quarantine as well, of being locked in a place with this creepy rhyme and knowing that something's wrong, that's horrifying. It's so creepy.
Yeah, so unrelatable.
So
what? We're all fine.
We're all fine.
And this adventure will tie so well into Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which is I don't know, available for pre-order now on D&D Beyond Marketplace. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna go, and then we'll let Mark, since since you did write one of these, so we'll celebrate you a little bit. We'll let you close it out. You're the main event.
I'm not gonna talk about my adventures. So.
You better not.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Definitely not.
I invite you here to talk about your own work. That's
really
crazy. Close out the video, and we're like, man, he was kind of a jerk.
I hear that a lot, to be fair.
Wow, I thought Mark seemed so nice, and I thought anyway.
I cannot.
I love. I really loved Amy Vorpal's Candlekeep Deconstruction. It's such dumb fun.
Yeah, it's such quintessential silly D&D, and I love it for that.
Yeah, I think there are two types of people in the world. There are people that skipped all the gnome stuff when they read Dragonlance as a kid, and there were people who were like, I'm very here for the gnome stuff when I read Dragonlance as a kid. And I was very there for the gnome stuff and the weird Mount Nevermind and the catapult system. And so I love this adventure. I think if you run a very self-serious, just grimdark campaign, all the more reason for you to run Candlekeep Deconstruction.
Yeah, throw it in there.
I don't want to. You know what? If you have a fun campaign where everybody's making jokes and having a good time, this isn't for you. Don't run this adventure. I can
see that.
I want the most Save Martha-ist, deep sepias, Zack Snyder-y campaigns to take a sudden left turn into Candlekeep Deconstruction. Those are the characters that I want to see deal with this insane, silly adventure. That's what I desperately want.
Yes,
very much so.
for me, it had me within the first sentence. So literally the first sentence is, the characters fight against a ticking clock to stop a misguided cult from launching one of Candlekeep's towers into space, along with a small trove of valuable tomes.
Come on.
Who doesn't want to play that adventure? Who doesn't want to play it?
Yeah.
Yes. It gives me like the feeling of like the Tick in D&D. Like it's that level of ridiculous. And I just want it so badly. And you're right, Joe. Like if we can get people who just bring in the most serious possible characters so that the world can be crazy around them, but they can just ground it.
Although the Tick comparison is very apt, and now I want stat blocks for the Mad Bomber who bombs at midnight.
Chair face.
Would be, yes.
We need chair face. Yeah. They're sending us up into space so they can carve onto the moon.
Yeah. I think there's a good chance that chair folk are the next unearthed arcana. Fingers crossed.
The new lineage chair folk. I love it. I love the fact as well that the tower in Candlekeep Deconstruction is called the barn door. There's just something about that where it really sets the tone. It's really cool. Very cool.
And the aliases as well. Have you read the aliases for like some of the cultists? Cult names. Donkey Biscuit, Duck Bean.
So good. And look, if they succeed and your characters end up on that rocket, you've transitioned them into Spelljammer, and isn't that what most of you want?
Do you know, the thing is that's actually something that's in the thing as well. Like that, Amy, I remember talking to Amy about it, and she was just like, yeah, that's totally a thing that was like intentional. It's like a bit of a D&D meme as well, of a bit of a sort of like, oh yeah, Spelljammer confirmed. It's kind of meant to be a little bit of a little play at that, which I think is great.
Absolutely. Hey, Mark, be nice to somebody else's adventure.
I'm going to be nice. I am going to be nice to somebody else's adventure. I'm going to give
once in your life
absolutely pure nepotism. I'm going to give it to shout out a friend of mine. Kelly D'Angelo's adventure, The Lore of Lurue, is such a quintessential transported into a fairy tale book about like a legend of a unicorn goddess and like all of this like cool fae stuff with fairies. And Kelly is an absolute sweetheart. She's really, really talented games master. She was the first person. We didn't know when we were writing the adventures. We didn't know who else was working on it at the time, or at least I didn't, and a bunch of other people didn't. And when it got announced, she like messaged me and she was just like, oh my God, did you write on this book as well? I can't believe that we were working on it and we didn't know. And we were just super excited. And I think we've both kind of come up in the streaming world of D&D. And I don't think either of us ever would have expected to be in this position where we got to write in an official adventure. And it's just really fun. It's a real classic, lots of fae, hags, evil unicorns, like loads of cool stuff in there. If you love all of that kind of stuff, definitely jump in and check out The Lore of Lurue. And it's got that classic kind of, Jumanji, you're kind of pulled into the storybook kind of vibe as well, which always is a great fantasy classic, I think. So definitely check that one out for sure.
No. Great picks. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. You at home for watching, or if you're not on Twitch and you're watching us on YouTube in the future, we appreciate it. Let us know in the comments the things that are related to these videos. You know how YouTube works. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff for us. And look, all three people in this video, much more important to me and don't really need the bump. And yet, Kim, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, if you want to follow just me, I can be found at NanoSounds on Twitter, and I am part of the High Rollers D&D crew. So if you want to see what I do and the kind of characters I play, we stream Sundays, 5 p.m. GMT. That's British time. I can't
9 a.m. Pacific. It's 9 a.m. Pacific. There you normally. Go. I think we're an hour earlier at the moment, so it might be 8 a.m.
Something weird happened with the daylight savings this
week. Normally 9 a.m.
But yeah,
I'm still confused too.
Yeah, I don't know what happens. I think we're due to change soon as well because it's no longer spring. I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, that's me.
Mark, when the time changes properly, where can people find you on the internet?
The people can find me on the internet. Pretty much Sherlock Hulmes everywhere. On Twitter, it's Sherlock_Hulmes. But everywhere you can normally find me as Sherlock Hulmes, Hulmes. But also, I'm the GM for High Rollers. I'm also the GM for Knights of Evening Star on the Wizards D&D channel. So High Rollers is every Sunday at 5 p.m. like Kim said. We're currently in our second campaign. We're at episode 105, I think. We've been doing it for about 5 years. Come and check us out there. We also do a Curse of Strahd stream on Thursdays over on the High Rollers Twitch channel, which is, I think, at 8 p.m. UK time. And then Knights of Evening Star is, I can't remember the Pacific time. It's about midnight UK time. That's on the official D&D Twitch channel, and that's with like Mika Burton and Shady Penguin and Anna Prosser and Nate Sharp as well. And it's a lot of fun, and come and check those out. But yeah, Sherlock Humes pretty much everywhere else. It's mainly me talking a load of nonsense or pictures of me dressed as a girl. So you can come and see those everywhere as well.
I love all of that, and thank you both so much for giving us your night. And then finally, most important person in the room, our amazing community manager, Mellie. Where can people find you on the internet?
On the D&D Beyond Discord. Come and hang out with us. Come and chat. You can also find me on Twitter at MellieDM. But definitely come join us in the Discord to talk about all of these amazing Candlekeep mysteries.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to say it in every video until people are annoyed about it. But the comment that we see so much, other than "Who is this? Get him off my camera," sounds fun. I wish I had friends to play D&D with, and you do at the D&D Beyond Discord. There's a great community there. Get in there, find a game. You take that chance. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve to find some folks to play D&D with, because you're a very nice person. I'm looking directly at you. Yes, you. Not that one. You. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.